Hey everybody, welcome into part 2 fantasy. This is your stardom sit-em wide receivers now. I just did the running backs in my last video. Now I'm doing the wide receivers in this video. So please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're a fantasy football person or even if you're an NFL person. We talk a lot of NFL on our shows. Like I said in my first video, my buddy Adam Parker can't be with me today, so I'm doing this all by myself in my own house. Disregard this back here. This is the room I'm doing it in. I'm a small house, so I don't have any big space. So let's get started with wide receivers. I want to go with Nelson Agholor for the Las Vegas Raiders. I almost said Oakland. Las Vegas Raiders, Nelson Agholor. If Derek Carr plays, he is a start. If Marcus Mariota plays, Nelson Agholor should be on the bench because Marcus Mariota, as we saw last week, was just throwing to Waller nonstop. He was not even looking at Agholor. When he did, he overthrew him, he underthrew him. He's not an accurate passer. So like I said, if Carr starts, you play Agholor. If Carr sits, Mariota starts, you sit Agholor. Let's get to Marvin Jones for the Detroit Lions. Kenny Galladay still on the injured list. He would probably be out the rest of the season. So Marvin Jones is a must start. This guy has came up huge for the Detroit Lions since Kenny Galladay has been out. I think he's averaging around 15, 16 fantasy points per games in PPR leagues and around 10 in non-PPR, which is a pretty decent thing. Now, Davante Adams struggled last week for the Green Bay Packers. Who cares? He should be a start no matter what. Even in all leagues, he should be a start. Yes, he struggled. That's one bad game. What did he do? I would put him in the start no matter what. We all know that. Now, I believe Julio Jones limited practice. We don't know if he will play. If he does, he's a start. If he doesn't, Russell Gage has come up huge. He's had 3 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago was a passing touchdown to Calvin Ridley, but hey, it's still a touchdown, right? Gives you 6 points. So if Julio Jones sits, I would put Russell Gage in your starting lineup because Gage has come up huge for the Atlanta Falcons. Although they are playing the Chiefs defense that does not allow many wide receiver touchdowns. So I would play him, but then again, if you're iffy, go ahead and sit him. Don't play him. I want to go with T. Higgins for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati, Brandon Allen starting quarterback. I know you can't trust him, but Tyler Boyd got hurt last week. We don't know how serious his injury is. AJ Green's starting to come through too, but T. Higgins, I think, is the man for Cincinnati right now as he has had some huge games this year. So T. Higgins is a must start for the Cincinnati Bengals for your fantasy if you have him. Let's go to Cleveland. Jarvis Landry coming up huge still for the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield. Landry, I believe, didn't do that great last week, but to me, he will do great this week. I would put Jarvis Landry in your starting lineup if you have him for the championship week. If you're playing for a championship, or who knows, you could be in the consolation round playing for 6th, 7th place. So who knows, just Jarvis Landry is a start this week. One guy that might be a sit, I know you got to have a man, Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill right now is battling a hamstring injury, and we saw him drinking pickle juice on the sideline last week, which was a funny video, by the way, if you have not seen that. He was laying down drinking it out of a small bottle, but he's battling a hamstring injury. If you want to take the risk of starting him and him not getting injured, go ahead and start him, but he's been limited at practice. He didn't practice yesterday. He did limit today. We'll see what Friday comes, but Tyreek Hill is an iffy start because we don't know how the injury is going to heal, if he's going to be able to make it through the whole game. So if you have Sammy Watkins or McCole Hardman, I would start those guys at wide receiver because with Tyreek Hill being limited at practice and not being 100%, those two guys could come up huge for the Chiefs. And of course, Travis Kelce, you know he's going to get a lot of targets from Patrick Mahomes. So again, Tyreek Hill is an iffy start. If you want to start him, take that risk, great. If not, start Sammy Watkins or McCole Hardman if you have them, or go get them off waivers if you don't have them in the waiver, if you have them in the waiver list. So those are the 2 main guys for the Chiefs that you should really start. So that is going to be my wide receivers for this week that I'm mainly concerned of. So now next show I'll have my quarterback start him, sit him, and there's really a lot of quarterbacks coming up that could be iffy starts and sits, so pay attention for that show. Thank you.